Okay, I'll be showing you the best settings for worship. Now, there's different types of worship, different type of setting, but the one I want to show you, the first one I want to show you is with your grand piano. So you see the sound there, grand piano. A lot of people have been asking me, oh, what's the best settings for worship? What's the best settings for worship? I'm going to show you today. Don't forget to share this video. So, every keyboard has a grand piano. Now, if you press your grand piano like this, you see the way it's sounding. It's not sounding nice. It's just sounding like that. Nothing really cool, nothing really nice. But I'm going to show you the best settings for it. So don't forget to share this video, so that when you want to play worship, I'll tell you how to use this grand piano. I'll still show you how to use E-piano. There's another one called E-piano. I'll show you the best settings on how to set your E-piano very well. Now, when you see all these things, almost of you see all these sounds, you think just to have the sound on your keyboard, then you just press it like that. No, there's something called tuning. You have to tune the sound. This is E-piano. Let me see this E-piano. Let me put E-piano 1. This is it. Now, just pressing the sound like that would not give you what you want. You now have to set it. You have to tune the sound. There are different settings you can apply to tune the sound, and that is what I'll be showing you right away. Please share this video and tell me where you're watching from. Sorry, I'm combining my is it lunch, or how do you people call it, with this lesson, so you can hear some crunchy sound. Okay, so let's start with grand piano. Now, the first thing you want to use is you use grand piano as your main voice. Okay, then the next thing you want to do is go to function menu, then go to M octave. That's the first thing you want to do. Go to M octave, reduce this thing to -1. Listen, very, very important. Reduce this M octave to what? -1. So if you go to -1, it's going to sound like this. You see, so it's now -1. So this is how it sounded. Instead of this now sounding like this. This is going to give it a full feel. You are still coming now. You are coming there. We just got started. How to set best settings for worship. Now, when you put your this thing on -1, the next thing that you want to do is go to M. If you're using a pedal, you're using a sustain pedal, go to M release. Turn this M release to 0. Turn this M release to 0. Now, this is how it sounds. Now, if you turn it to 0, your M release to 0, it gives it this crunchy feel. So you can play, especially if you're doing something like a grace note. Like, oh, my pedal is trying to disgrace me. Okay. Sorry, let me check if my pedal is plugged in. Okay, it's plugged in. So turn your M release to 0. It gives it this crunchy feel. Oops, I don't know why my pedal is not sounding. Then the next thing you want to do, if you're not using a foot pedal, this is the foot pedal I'm using. This is the foot pedal, you see the foot pedal I'm using. So if you're not using a foot pedal, what you can do is put your M release in 109. You see M release there, 109. Don't put it more than 109. So this is, so you see, that's the second one. But if you're using pedal, I don't know what is wrong with my pedal. Let me try again. I don't know what is wrong with my pedal. Okay, good. Now you see, it gives you this crunchy feel. So always put, if you're using foot pedal, listen very well. If you're using foot pedal, put your release on 0 0 0. Now with pedal, you'll be able to, now if you put it on 0 0, you'll be able to do something like this. So you see, it's easy. Your sound sounds crunchy. There's something called a crunchy sound. If you listen very well, it's different from when you play when it's on 64. You see, there are two different sounds. It's not crunchy. So if you're using a foot pedal, put it on 0 0. Your release, always put your release on 0 0. But if you're not using a foot pedal, you don't have sustain, you put it on 109. Some people go and put it in 11, 12. No, it's going to be too much. Put it on 109. That's the first thing. So since we are using foot pedal, we'll put it on 0 0 so that we can have a crunchy feel on our playing. Remember, the first thing I told you is put your M octave on -1, and the second one is to put your release on 0 0 0. The third thing that you want to do is you can decide to adjust your cutoff. So you can put your cutoff on something like 55. So it makes your piano sound. Or if you don't like that one, you can just leave it on 60. Because if your cutoff is on 64, which is the one it usually comes on, you see, it sounds so sharp. And when your piano sounds so sharp like this, it's not going to be interesting. Like, it's going to sound boring. So put your cutoff, reduce some to maybe 60. Now, the fourth thing you do is go to resonance. This resonance acts like a DSP. Now, not everybody needs it. It depends on if you want it. I'm coming somewhere because I'll still come to splitting. I'll still come to dual voice, the best dual voice you use. 1 second, let me just take some food. So resonance, this is how resonance will sound. You can decide to put your resonance on 97. So it gives you this kind of Vox feel. That's what resonance does. But you can still decide to take it down if you want, but just leave it on 77. See, now this sixth thing you do is go to dual voice, then go to one pad. I don't know the number of one pad you have. Select one pad. On this keyboard, one pad is I'm going to check it. One pad is 374. That's where you have one pad voice. You go to dual voice, your dual. This is dual voice. Then select one pad so that you mix it with the grand piano. Why are you mixing one pad with grand piano? It's so that the one pad has this kind of penetrating feel. You understand? Now, when you select one pad, you go to the volume of the one pad. It's on 50. 50 is quite okay, but you can reduce it. Okay, increase it a little to something 82. Listen, write these settings down. 82. Then go straight to the octave. Put the dual octave to -1. So you see, it's now making it sound thicker. So put the dual octave on -1. You see how the grand piano is now sounding. Sorry, -1. Now at this point, what you have to do is go back to your M octave and reduce the volume. Sorry, your M volume. Reduce the volume to 94. So put M octave 94. Then you go to your dual voice. Put dual voice at 82. So you see. Then the next thing you want to do is go to reverb in DAW and just reduce. You see reverb in your keyboard, just reduce it to 45. Then leave the chorus. Yes, I didn't see. Okay, I forgot to tell you, go to M chorus, put your M chorus in 19. It gives you this kind of DSP feel too, or just leave it in 13. Oh, my pedal is misbehaving today. Sorry guys. Now if you notice, you will see that the original sound we have is now sounding different from this. Now you can use this first, go to dual settings just as I showed you. Then the next thing you want to do is go to harmony. Go to master EQ. You look for master EQ. Leave it on speaker 1. Leave it on speaker 1. Please don't forget to share this video. Leave it on speaker 1. Then go to harmony type. Now this is where it comes, like this is like one of the major things that people don't understand. In this harmony type, go to octave. If I click on octave, this is how my grand piano will sound now. Increase the harmony volume to 127 so that we can hear it. Then put okay. Sorry, placed on octave. So octave gives you this kind of feel. It sounds like two keyboards playing. So it's more like two keyboard playing at once, two keyboard playing at once. That's the kind of feel that harmony octave. Just put it in harmony octave. You can increase the volume or reduce it. So that is, see, volume. So that is the best volume you can get. That's like the best settings. So once you've gotten these settings, this is for grand piano. You have grand piano, you draw it with one pad. Then you do those settings I've shown you. This for grand piano. Then you can play your music. Since my pedal is disturbing, I'm not going to use pedal, so I'm going to put my release in 109. Remember to put it in 109. For if you put it more than 109, you're eventually it's going to be too much, so you can't control it. So you can play we give you want to increase, you can still put it on 110, 1110, 110. We gave you all. This is a sound in our grand piano. This is a sound very nice. Oh, so this is the best settings. You save it. Now let's go back to the way the grand piano was sounding before. I'm going to save this in memory bank 1. I've saved our settings in bank 1. Then let's put it in the original way the grand piano was sounding before. So this is portable grand now. It's back to how the grand piano. So this is how it was sounding. See, sounding very fun. sounds interesting. Now let us go back to the settings that I just showed you. This is it. Sounds more better. Interesting. Now the next best settings for worship that you can try, 1 second, is to use ePiano voice. Now let's reset it and go to ePiano voice. So ePiano 1, this is one of my best voice. On this keyboard it's 11155. If you don't have ePiano, you can use Suitcase, but every keyboard has ePiano. The easy way to locate where ePiano is after you have your drums. When you have your drums, just go forward in your kits, you see ePiano. Just go forward, go forward, go forward, you see ePiano. So you have ePiano 1. Okay, someone said you just joined now. I'm so sorry. You may have to repeat. You may have to rewind the video, please. You may have to rewind the video. I just explained how to use grand piano and the best settings for grand piano. So now I'm on ePiano because I don't have much time. I just have to steal 30 minutes, to just run this up. Now, if you select ePiano on your keyboard, now this is how it sounds. It sounds very boring like that. See, it sounds boring. Now let's make this ePiano sound interesting. Now this is ePiano. Go to M octave of the ePiano and change it to -1. So if you put your M octave, see the way it's sounding now. See? Oh, to Jesus. So M octave -1 first. That's the first settings you need to do. Then the next thing you want to do is just leave it. If you don't have a foot pedal and you think you're looking at maybe you think you're looking at having a sustained sound, go to M release and put your M release on 1111. Put M release on 1111. That's 111. That is 111. That should be, if you don't have a sustained pedal. So this is cool. So in the cross, in the cross, so I think that would be too much. Leave it on 110. Then the next thing you want to do is the dual voice. Just the M release, the M octave, and the M release. That's what you need for ePiano. Remember, main voice is ePiano 1. There's ePiano 2, only use ePiano 1. The next thing is to go to dual voice. Now select slow strings. Go to where string. There's a strings called slow strings. I'll show you right away. Slow strings. Okay. I'm looking for it. Yeah. Slow strings. Now you switch on your dual. Then go to the slow strings in the octave, in the dual octave, put it on -1. Then in the volume, reduce it to like 57. So see, you can see further reduce it a little to like let's say 42. So in the crowd, strings, why I will not advise you to use chamber strings. There's chamber. Why I will not tell you to use this chamber? This chamber, you can't control it. It's too harsh. So I advise you to use slow strings instead. Slow strings come like it comes slowly, then it pops up. Always put it on -1. So you see, you can still put it on -2 if you want. Sometimes I like using -2. Preferable, always use -1, that will be okay. So M octave -1, dual octave -1, and that's cool. Very cool voice settings for you have your grand piano, you have your E piano. Very cool. Now let me give you the best voice setting. Okay, I'm talking about voice settings for worship. If not, I would have showed you voice settings for praise, how to make your guitar voice to sound like a real guitar. But since we are talking about worship, I'll just leave it for worship. Then, for example, if you have a sound like this, let's say we have this sound. Do you know this sound? There's this sound people don't even know. Let me show you. It's in the lead guitar area. Okay, I'm still looking for it. There's a lot of sound to explore here, but the issue is people just leave most of these sounds and just focus on sounds that are not really important. But I'll just do one for praise, then I'll make a special video because I really wanted to focus on this. Now let me do something before I just go. It's not every worship song you play that you have to use grand piano or E piano. There's some worship song you play, you just have to use your strings or your pad voice. For example, we have one pad. Let me show you one pad voice. Okay, one pad coming up right away. One pad. Now see, this is one pad. It's a very good voice. It's not every worship song you have to use grand piano, or there are some songs you use one pad as the main voice. So this is like the third setting I'm giving you. So one pad is the main voice. So for M octave, one pad, you put it on -1. Then you go to the dual voice and put it on slow strings. Put the slow strings, put the octave on -1 too, and reduce your slow strings volume to 41. So you see now how it sounds. So you say, you, for your name is holy, holy Lord, and Lord I worship you. See how it sounds? It's more kind of more spiritual in sound. Now increase your M octave to 127. So, Lord I worship you, I worship you, for your name is holy, holy Lord. See, sounds more cool there. Now let me just do this last one for praise. Someone said for praise, so I'll just do a little bit for praise then, but next time I'm going to specifically just do some settings for praise so that you understand some good settings you can use. Now there's this sound I like very well. Have you heard of this sound? I'm looking for it right now. Okay, it is called mellow guitar and jazz amp. It's mellow guitar. I'm looking for it. Okay, I can't find mellow guitar here, so let's use jazz amp as the voice 1. Then you go to your M octave, reduce the M octaves to -1. Look for jazz amp when you want to play praise. So this is how it sounds. Now we just started. Why I like the jazz amp, it goes very well with your pitch bend. So now the next thing you want to do on this jazz amp to make it sound really like a guitar, more like a guitar, is to do the dual voice. Now put the dual voice, use I'll show you the one to use for the dual voice now. Use Jazzman for the dual voice. Use Jazzman for the dual voice. Yeah, Jazzman. You see Jazzman there. Good, Jazzman. Then for Jazzman, reduce the octave to -1. You see, so why I like Jazzman, it has a slap. Then you increase the volume to 84. So if you just see the way it sounds. Now, if you use Jazzman as the dual voice, you can play. If you decide not to play hard, you're just playing a groove like. It is not going to sound. The Jazzman is not going to sound. When you want to do Jazzman, if you use Jazzman as the dual voice, it's when you strike the keyboard hard. That's when it sounds. So eventually, if I'm doing something like this, but if I want to use Jazzman now, when I strike it hard, it sounds like that. That's what I'm doing. So it's very, 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 very essential when you're using. It gives you this feel. You know, there's a way guitar should sound. It's not every time it has to just sound. It has to sound. If you do something like this. So you see, now the next setting you want to do is go to harmony. Look for harmony, click harmony. Select this voice. I use this very well. Trio. No, not trio. Trem 32. You can do this one. Trem 32, 1/32. Increase the volume to 127. So you do like this. See how it sounded. If you're doing something like, it can sound like this. It can sound like this. You can use that. You can switch it off. Another thing you can do, you can put it on echo. There's something called echo. Echo. This is echo. There's echo 1/4. There's 1/6. There's 1/8. There's 1/12. Put it in 1/4. See how it's sounding. So if you do, so if you play a simple groove, it's too low for you. You can say increase it. So this one is much more better. So put it on echo 1/6. Now if you play, it's going to sound like this. Some people can still use 1/8, 1/12. Now, when you're using echo, don't make this mistake, please. If you're using echo, go to your harmony volume and reduce your harmony volume to like 91. 91 self is too much. Put it in like 79, because if you put your harmony volume when you're using echo harmony on 127, it's going to be sounding too much. You put it on like 79. So if you sound like this, you see, you can still hear it, but it's still there. this is it. I'm not talking about praise. I didn't come to talk about praise today, but I'll do a special one. Please share this video so that I'll be motivated to do another one. I'll do a special one about praise, then show you all the best settings you can have for praise. So till then, thanks for watching, and that'll be the end of this live broadcast. If you have any question, you can drop your question now. For the meantime, while I ask some question, let me continue with my food. Do you have any question? So that's the best settings you can have. If you have any question, you can drop a question right now. Any question? I'm waiting for questions. Okay, if there's no questions, I'm going to end the class here, and I'll see you. Make sure you turn on your post notifications, so I'm going to make another video about explaining everything about setting your voice. You're going to get notification. Thanks, bye.